guy named Jim Sneed, and he's this older gentleman from Texas, and actually he's from Fairfield, Texas, which to me is like the Disneyland of the world. I love Fairfield, Texas. There's all these just super awesome old dudes that have been serving God since like the days of Moses, and they just have all this awesome stuff to say, and I love Fairfield. I love everything that comes out of Fairfield. My first trip, me and Pastor Troy drove into Fairfield, and as soon as I pull in, there's just this massive flatbed with this huge dead hog on it driving by. It's just, the place is cool. So, anyways, Jim Sneed was here from Fairfield. He came with a bunch of older dudes from Fairfield, and this was at a Mardi Gras like 5-6 years ago. And it happened to work out where he was in the sanctuary. A bunch of people were busy doing stuff, and he was sitting by himself in the sanctuary. Now, Jim Sneed's like 3 or 4 times my age, and he's hanging out there just by himself. I'd been around this guy a couple times, but never had a conversation with him. Now, this is what a lot of young people go through, this exact emotion I was feeling at the time. When I was feeling like, okay, here's this old dude alone. I totally respect this guy. This guy's totally awesome. I want this guy to like me. Like, that's straight up what was going through my head. And I'm thinking, I'm going to approach him and sit down. And honestly, the whole motivation there was, I want this old dude to like me. It's everything going on. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you as a young person saying, I want Pastor Troy to like me. Or I want Gideon to like me. That's actually good. I'm glad you think that. It's better than wanting them to not like you. So I wanted Jim Sneed to like me. Now here's what goes through most of y'all's minds probably when you see a person say, I want them to like me. I started thinking through, what are my coolest or funniest stories? That's the first thing that went through my mind. I thought, let me go impress this guy with that stuff. And then I started thinking about it a little bit longer. I'm like I was like 21, 22 at the time. I'm like, there's no way anything I can say will impress this guy. Like, between all the people he knows, all the stuff he's done, all the books he's read, nothing I'm going to say is going to impress this guy. Most of my interests, like I just seen the first Avengers movie and was kind of into it at the time, and like the Niners were actually kind of good at the time, and so like I'm like, none of that stuff I can talk about with this guy. And so here's the huge thing for you young people: how to have conversations with older people. You know what I did when I sat down and talked to Jim Sneed? Let me get a summer intern. What do you think I did? I'm gonna throw out a guess. What do you think, Josiah?
Talked about the Bible.
Not really, because even that, like I get where you're going with that. That would be good, but even then, like think about it. Take some like 65-year-old guy from Texas, and you're sitting there. You guys have nothing in common that you know of yet. And how are you just gonna sit and talk Bible? Like, how'd you even open that up? Like, what are you gonna do? Sit down and go, hey dude, I read the Proverbs the other day. It was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even that, like that's gonna be a pretty flat and like. Even though the Bible's deep, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you don't talk about the Bible, but like, if you see some like 65-year-old guy and you want him to like you, and you want him to respect you as a young person, and you think, let me go talk Bible with him, like even that, like that's gonna, like, what are you gonna do? Like, just show up and like, hey man, Adam and Eve, like, it's just kind of, what do you think, Judah? To a degree, and that can be good, you get into the right vein, but even that, like I'm just telling you, like for me, I've told my story so many times, it's boring to me, so like, if some of y'all want to like have a good conversation with me, and you sit down and just go, hey Josh, I want to hear your testimony. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really gonna enjoy the conversation. I'll probably oblige you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Kelsey, like, you're probably so sick, people say, Kelsey, I want to hear your testimony. Like, it's just not really like, that's not really, I'm not really gonna enjoy that conversation. I'll give you like the Cliff Notes version of it, but it's not like, I'm not gonna be like, man, I can't wait to talk to that person again. So, like, you're getting to the right thing though. What I did, go ahead, you want to guess? I asked him questions, so similar to that, but I just straight up asked him questions. And he loved the conversation, I could tell. The rest of the outreach, he wanted to sit at my table, he wanted to talk to me. Because what I did, I just sat down and I just started, I didn't do it as like blank, as, hey, what's your testimony? But like what I did, I sat down and I said, hey, so how'd you get in touch with Pastor Troy and Raven? And that was actually a pretty cool story. And then I said, like, what'd you think about like street preaching the first time you were around it? And that was kind of cool to hear him. I said, had you ever done any of that stuff before? And that was kind of cool to hear. And then I was like, can you do any of that kind of stuff out there in Texas? Or like, what kind of outreach can you do out there in Texas? That was cool. And then I asked him, like, have you ever gone on type of mission trips? That was really cool. He had some really cool stories. So, like, I just was sincerely curious about this guy, and I started asking questions about him, and see, there's this little thing in Proverbs where it says that wisdom in the heart of a man is like a well of deep waters. Meaning that, like, the good stuff I have to say is like water deep down inside of me. And what it says a man of understanding can draw it out. And I don't think it means the man who's supposed to be speaking, it's the man who's supposed to be hearing. So it takes wisdom and understanding to go up to somebody and go, Benjamin probably has good stuff for me, but I don't just go, oh hey Ben, tell me cool stuff. Like, that's not how it goes. I gotta actually start asking him questions, not overstepping my boundaries, but asking him questions and getting to know him and getting his good stories out of him. And so for you younger folks, if you want to have the company of older people, be willing to ask more questions than you normally do. Be willing to not be the one talking all the time. That's huge. Develop their interests.